So I'm going to introduce not one but two guests. Woo. So they're both mums. They're both women in business. They've both got loads of businesses going on. And they've also got a women's networking business, which is their newest thing. I've got the gorgeous Ashley and Megan with me. Hello.
Hi. Lovely
Of the
to be
Wave
here.
Collective. I know.
I'm
it's
excited.
So nice to have you because we met when we were chatting about podcasts like a couple months ago. And I was like, I need to get you on. You guys like to talk about everything you
And here we are.
And here we are.
Yeah.
So see, because there's the two of you, we'll start like separate and then we'll join up because there's loads happening.
Cool.
So I start with you, Megan. So like, tell me how you're
in the
what you're
hot
up
seat.
to. Yeah, in the hot seat. Like, what is we up to? What's our business and what do we do?
So I'm Megan, obviously. I technically have one business, but I've got it split into two at the moment.
Oh right, okay.
So I've got Megan Lanigan photography, but I do studio work and weddings. So I've kind of like divided it so that it all makes sense.
Yeah, got you.
So yeah, I do wedding photography, family photography. I'm trained in newborn photography.
Oh my god.
So yeah.
Do you be trained in that?
Yeah, it's so important. Don't get me started. Because it's just so important to be
for like health of the child.
Yeah, health and safety wise, like just like their wee necks, the temperature of them, their heat.
Oh my god, there's so much to it.
Yeah, I'm always looking at like where their head's positioned, like if their feet are too blue, like because they're just new, like so you need to make sure that they're all good. And obviously, if you have just had a baby, then you're handing them over to a stranger. Because, well, hopefully, to be fair now, I'm not really a stranger to my clients because they like follow me on Insta and all that. They know who I am. And I'm usually like referred now, so which is quite nice. So, yeah, it's quite, like, you just have to know. So, you have to be trained so that when somebody hands their baby over to you, they're not just like, oh, this girl's just decided to pick up a camera and take baby pictures. Like, there's a lot to it. So yeah, I've trained for like quite cool people like throughout the world. So there's a girl called Lindsay in Australia. There's girls down south. So yeah, trained all over.
What got you into it? Like, did you do that at college, or did you do something completely different and then just thought I'm going to learn this?
Bit of both. So I was always a girl the night out with the camera. Uploaded 40 pictures of you to Facebook the next day and tagged you in it. That
Back
was me.
in MySpace times? Is that about
Bebo,
early?
maybe.
Bebo?
Yeah.
Bebo times.
And then when Facebook just took off and it would be like, I can't even remember what you would call them, but
Saturday night.
Saturday night. Praise at Ashley's.
Yep.
And then there'd be like the next album for the next night out. Or like the next part of the night out. And then the after party, because at one point you could only upload like an amount of
there was
pictures.
Like a limit.
Yeah. So yeah, I was that girl. So then went to uni and did film and media, and my film side I studied photography. Came out of uni, went into marketing, as a lot of us do.
We all did.
We all do it. And yeah, I ended up just picking up the camera again, and then me and my husband were on our honeymoon, and we were coming back. We flew into Dubai, and Scott was like, "Go and buy a decent camera here, and then you have to make the money back that you've spent on it." And it was like a wee challenge. So that's kind of where it went.
Wow.
I've never heard that before. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So that was kind of how.
So it gave you a kick up the arse, go, right, I've spent a fortune, now I need to like earn this.
So I was like, I need to make the money back from this camera. And then I was actually talking to you about this before we came. Like, it's quite addictive. So then once you see the money come in, you're like, oh yeah.
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 I
love this. Yeah. So yeah, just kept going. And so we get married 2019, bought the camera in the June, had like started kind of doing like wee bits here and there, went back and did some training just to like get myself back into it. And then January 2020, I went and did my first newborn training session, launched my business. COVID.
We know what happened next.
We know what happened. But actually, like, COVID's like my pure story of how my business started. So I had seen all these American people doing doorstep pictures, and it was just literally families coming out and standing on their doorstep and getting their picture taken.
What?
And I was
genius. Absolute genius.
So I was like, I want to do this. So I was working for a marketing company at the time, and it was quite intense because we were like, it was to do with teaching and stuff, and it was just intense. So I was using photography as like my outlet for a wee bit of creativity and whatnot. So on my daily walk, I would go out and take pictures. But I said to my cousin, I was like, can you stand outside your house for the boys? And I'm going to walk by on my daily walk and I'm going to take your picture. And see, the first time I was, that's weirdness.
Yeah, of course.
Just before I was like, I was shit myself because I was like, what? Like, I was worried somebody was going to like report me to the police or something.
Get caught
like,
and
it
get
was
arrested.
I was just taking a picture. But yeah, so then she stuck it on Facebook and it just blew up from there. Like, people were like, can you come and do mine? Can you come and do mine? Can you come and do mine? So I was just charging people a £5 and I gave all the money to charity. And then somebody asked me if I would do their family's photo shoot. And then somebody said to me, would you shoot my wedding? It's a COVID wedding. There's only 20 people coming. And I thought, well, like, there's not really that much pressure on it. Like, but I was like honest with her. I was like, I've not done this. And she was like, no, we just like, we love you as a person. We think you'll be great. Went and did it, came home and I was like, this was what I was meant to be doing. Like, just pure buzzed off it. It's great. And then, yeah, it just went from there. So
I love the COVID stories so much, by the way. So many people started their businesses in COVID.
I know.
Back in the day.
Like, honestly, it was... And see, when you think about... When you actually take yourself back to 2020, when we were all in the house, like, I didn't think that everybody else was going on and, like, doing different things, starting new things. We thought everybody just sitting in here watching our 6 p.m. news. 1 hour walk a day, doing nothing else.
I know.
But actually everybody was like behind the scenes pure grafting, like, right, cool, what can I do now?
I feel as if people like pure grafted during it.
Well, I was just trying to survive with two.
Well, yeah, you had
small
two
children.
like small children at the time. Yeah, we just drank wine.
I
know.
Yep. I was looking forward to the bottle of wine at the end of the day.
Yeah, we drank a lot of wine, ate a lot of pizza, and I just took pictures. It was great.
Yeah, the great time.
Like, literally the full liquor look had.
Yeah, at one
pictures.
point. Yeah, and I remember one day going out, like, basically a 5-mile walk, and literally just round about Curlook where we live, and just taking all these pictures. And I've still got this green notepad, and it's got like Thursday, whatever the date is, and everybody's name and like where I was going and all that, and I've like pure kept it because I'm like, that is the beginning of where like I started. It's something nice to look back on.
That's a special story.
I mean, it's a wee bit like PTSD for COVID, but
yeah,
it's good.
So 100%. And then now here you are today.
Just like kept going with the wedding photography, and then got back into my studio work, went and trained with some other people, and like I'd said, and then when my husband and I moved into our house just now, built an own wee studio at the back, and my newborn photography just took off. Like, it just did so well. So
and you quit your job in marketing, like you do this full time now?
Yeah, so I had my wee boy, and I had him in August, and then in the January I started doing a bit more photography just to top up the maternity, and I went back to my work for I think like 2 weeks, and just we're sitting one Sunday night and I said to Scott, I'm just going to hand in my notice tomorrow because I can't do this. And he was like, about time. When my mum and dad said to them, I'm going to hand in my notice, and they were like, about time. And I was like, oh, why is everybody doing this? Like, I thought you were all
acting like this. What if you're raging at me or
something? I thought they were going to be like, are you sure?
Yeah.
And everybody was like, about time.
Yeah.
So yeah, just went and handed my notice in, and so yeah, I'm just about a year, like fully self-employed. But
because I think as well, like so many people now do their own thing and aren't necessarily employed by a company, especially in like market, especially in like creative, like doing your own thing instead of, because in any creative industry, like maybe perhaps in your marketing job, you're kind of like pushed down a wee bit, like you don't get that opportunity to sort of
like fully
be creative. You're like, right, no, actually you can be, but we're telling you what you need to do.
Yeah,
so
because actually we've still got this bit, like this goal to get to.
And you're like, right, cool.
Like fine, whatever. Right. But actually, I spoke to my boss. Well, not the boss that I was at my maternity, but when I started my photography, I had went into her and I was like, by the way, I'm starting this wee photography business. Don't know what's going to happen with it, but I just want to let you know, just in case like I'm crossing any lines, because I was just a wee bit like, you didn't know. No. And she was like pure buzzing. She was like, go for it. She said to me at the time, you never know where your big money's coming from, so you have to try everything. And I was like, and it's stuck with me because it's so true. So actually I spoke to her recently and I was like, this sticks with me to this day. You were like, you have to try everything because you never know the big money's coming. And here I am.
She could have went the total opposite way, so
I know she could have been like, but she was like,
it.
she was like 4 females, like go for it, do it.
Women in business, here we are.
Yep.
And you're up next, hon. Just tell us about your journey.
Next.
You've got loads of Instagrams. I was looking on them all and I was like, how do you keep track? Like, you've got loads happening.
I don't. So, where do I go back to? 5.5 years ago, I opened a bridal shop called Crazy Little Thing Bridal Boutique. And loved it. Just love making women feel great and bigging them up and just helping them find their dream dress.
Yeah.
I loved it. And I totally lost my passion.
Oh, right, okay.
Yes.
So loved is
that
past
is
tense.
where, yes.
Right, okay.
But from that, I went into wedding dressing. Which is, for anybody that doesn't know, we come along in the morning of the wedding, steam all the dresses, help the bridal party get ready, get the shoes ready, the jewellery, the flowers sorted. I make sure everybody's looking beautiful and the morning goes smoothly.
It is actually the best thing. As a wedding photographer, I love when somebody's got a wedding dresser.
Do you know, I didn't know it was a thing.
It is, honestly.
Takes all the stress out of it.
The problem with the service is that some people don't know they need it until it's gone. Do you know what I mean? Because my photographer actually did my wedding dress up on my wedding day. So a male photographer. My mum had like really long nails on, and it was like we wanted to show the bridesmaids and like my dad and stuff the finished look. So I'm like, nobody can do these buttons up.
Oh my god!
Yeah, the amount of times that I have put
that you help.
Like, I mean, unless there's a wedding dresser there, I probably dress my bride
100%.
on a day because the mum gets nervous. Their maid of honour's forgotten.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of stress in a day.
That actually happened to sort of similar. So like my best pal get married, so she's got 3 sisters who are they're all maid honours, joint maid honours, right? And then I was a bridesmaid. And the week before the wedding, when she was picking up the dress, the final fitting, getting it, collecting it, none of them could go. They were all on holiday, right? So I was the only one that was there, and our mum wasn't there either. So the woman in the shop was like, right, this is how you need to do it up. And I was pure, oh my god,
the stress.
What the fuck? And then she's like, and then underneath is where you like
the bustle.
When
you have to smooth it down, and it like sorry, of course, I'm hitting that again. I get in trouble so many times. And then at night time, like it goes underneath. There's a wee clip thing, blah blah blah, and I'm pure, whoa, okay. Morning of the wedding, and I'm like, holy fuck, I don't remember what I'm supposed to do. Holy shit. And then me and our mum are in there, and I'm pure, oh my god, I'm pure hysterically crying, like, how am I supposed to do this?
Sweating your makeup off.
Sweating my makeup off.
And then if you've got a bit of fake tan,
no,
to the
and
dress.
she's pure, can't see, obviously. She's like, what's happening, what's wrong? And I'm like, nothing to me. And I'm like, Charlie, like, this is horrendous. And then fast forward to the night time, so I suppose like a wedding dresser wouldn't necessarily be there at the night time. That was worse. I was steaming, and I was the only one that knew.
Most of the time I do the bustle before their dance because
there, and one of the event people was underneath the dress, and she's looking at me like, I'm reaching at you, and I'm like, I'm steaming, I don't know what's happening. Like, it's a lot.
It is a lot. And I've been to weddings where buttons have came off, zips have burst. Like, people don't factor that in their wedding morning. So that's just, imagine like you've got all these things to remember and you want everything to just run smoothly. So it's honestly, it's great. I love it. So I'm making sure that all the wee fiddly buttons are done and the flowers are nice soaking wet and you're no putting deodorant on like just before getting into your dress, and like there's loads of things taking marks out of dresses. So I just kind of naturally fell into that.
Was that through the shop?
Through
like
the shop,
asking you
just
things?
So used to putting dresses on and off, the wee buttons, just everything, veils, like everything, and I loved that. And I think I've found that within my career I need a bit of freedom, and I can't be stuck in one place all the time. So I love going to different venues, meeting different people, helping everybody. Like that's kind of where me and Megan first started working together, wasn't it? So we did like photo shoots, content shoots with different models and different venues, and just getting pictures and videos and stuff for social media.
Basically just like showcased both of our work.
Is that how you met, or did you know each other before?
No, so we went to school together.
We went to school together.
We were in the same year at school, weren't we? back in the day. So we just naturally fell into.
I think because we were both so local to one another,
and
it just
in the
made
same
sense.
industry, really,
and we both understood like what was
the struggles of self-employment.
Yeah, by the way, struggles real.
And also the thing with working in the bridal industry is that you don't get customers coming back. You need to constantly be on top of your game, constantly be advertising, social media. So we're doing content shoots all the time, chatting and stories, like everything. So all of my brides and everything has came from social media, because, or word of mouth, like Megan said, because like that, you don't get a bride coming back the next year. Oh, I'm getting married again.
No,
well, they might.
Hopefully,
hopefully not.
So yeah, then came the networking.
Yeah, networking. So this is our joint venture, which is our main thing. What we're here for is the Wave Collective. So how did all that come about?
So it was quite random, wasn't it?
Yeah,
because we both had our ideas but hadn't spoken to each other about it.
So although we've basically been doing networking with one another for years, but not really realised that we had, because we were putting together content shoots and getting models in and other people within the wedding industry and connecting
working
people.
With makeup artists and hair and
and we always try to keep it pretty local and whatnot, just for easiness of one. In fact, we did one shoot and I was like 30 weeks pregnant.
No,
I must have been 35 or something. I was really close, and one of the girls was actually a midwife, and she was like, "It's cool. I'm here." She was like, "Why are you doing this shoot?" And I was like, "Because I need the content."
It's important.
It's important.
I'm not popping yet. So.
No. I was like, "I've got a pregnancy, like a maternity leave to go. We need the content." But yeah, we both had this idea separately, and I wanted to do. I had started doing quite a lot of headshots for people, and I kind of wanted to do a quarterly headshot. Like, so you would join my subscription, we would do a quarterly headshot, but it would give you a chance to network with people as well, but obviously kind of aiming at like kind of Lanarkshire or Central Belt based, and aiming at kind of at women was where I was heading. So I had actually worked with a life coach at the time, or like a business coach, and got to the point that I was like, right, I want to call it the Wave, do a lot of work and what I wanted to do with it. But I didn't want to call it like Headshots by Megan or something like that, because I knew there was more to it.
That's too niche.
But I wasn't sure what the more to it was. And then, so I was like, right, I'm just going to launch this, see what happens, go for there. So I literally put it up, like the first post, about what it was going to be. And
2 seconds later.
2 seconds later. Ashley was in the DMs like, oh my God.
What is this?
What is this?
We need to chat, because I've got this idea and that just fits in nicely.
That's so weird.
I know.
Yeah.
So I had like been sitting, journaling, manifesting, right, what do I want to do? Because obviously closing the shop, wanted to continue, still want to continue with the wedding dressing, but I was like, I'm ready for more. This is a thing with self-employment.
Yeah.
When you reach a goal, you're like, right, what else can I do? Because I'm hungry and I'm ready for more.
Aye.
And I knew that I wanted that freedom of like not being stuck in the one place and meeting new people and helping other girls, but in different ways. So I had this idea of networking events. Me and Megan had both been part of
various different
networking groups, but none were near us. So actually I had been paying for these groups.
Never attending events because it was always in the town.
It was just too far, and being busy mums with multiple businesses, like
how do you work? No, it's too much.
So I had thought, right, local networking businesses for normal people who are just trying to juggle life like us, to make sure that people feel supported and not alone.
Yeah, so we met for a wee coffee, and the goals just aligned, and
totally.
We were in this wee coffee shop in Cralook, and we were like,
we're getting buzzing.
We were sitting like, yes, and they were like, right, let's just do an event and get this off the ground and run with it. So
so when was that? That was back in
April, March time, maybe. Our first event was April.
Yeah, so it would have been starting April, maybe March. End of March.
So yeah, within 3 weeks we had this event up and running. group of women had sold out the tickets that we wanted to sell out.
Aye.
And
it was such a success, wasn't it?
Such a success. And I don't think sometimes we give each other enough like gratitude for that, or enough credit for it, because we just were like, right, let's do it.
We're just winging it. But
and we were just winging it. We're still just winging it. But
everybody is.
It's everybody is. It's working.
Mm-hmm.
And so how did you find these people? Did you just advertise and they just...
So we obviously knew
them, or...
Obviously knew a few people because it's aimed kind of Lanarkshire based.
Yeah.
Because we wanted it to be not rural, because that sounds as if we're like
hillbillies
in the farm.
But it's rural. Let's be honest.
Right, okay. We'll be rural then. We were like, we want it to be supporting local businesses. So we reached out to a few women that we knew that were running businesses, and then just got them to reach out, and then social media just.
And I guess from having the following that we already had as well, and all of that had been grown organically.
Yeah.
So
some people kind of wanted to see what we were doing. And in the first event, we had a few people speaking at it from different industries. So we had a PT, we had some social media, and life coaching. Yeah. And then it was all about networking and having like a nice lunch and stuff together. I did headshots for people. We got content from it. And it was just lovely. So then we had, obviously before it, had spoken about, is this just an event that happens every quarter, or what do we make it? So we had made a monthly membership that allowed women to connect in a private space. People share their ideas in it, so it's a private Facebook group.
Just help.
And we're just
like employees for the self-employed.
Yeah.
Where can we help?
Yeah.
What do you need help with? Content and finance and anything, everything.
And then that's kind of how we spoke to you, because a few women were asking us about podcasts. We were like, right, let's find somebody with podcasts.
Yes.
Then we met and I was like, cards all the time.
I know.
So I was like, I don't know. I'll just talk. I just show up. I just sense it. It's great. So how do you get like the women? It's all women, isn't it?
Yeah.
Women. So how do you get like the women like out their shelves in like a networking event? Like, because surely some people might be like,
random things.
Yeah, we've done a few random things.
Overwhelming.
We did like. I'm pretty sure we've done like musical statues before.
We did. We did. We played musical statues at one, which was.
We did.
It just gets people like, because people just don't expect you to be like, right, let's play musical statues.
Yeah.
Aye.
But it's just that kind of getting that bit of awkwardness about.
Honestly,
like, out and about.
Getting there's the hardest part.
Yeah, so once
when
you're
you
through the door,
chatting to people, you realise every single other person's in the same boat. We're all feeling a bit nervous, like we've not done this before, or maybe we have, but it's still nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
It's new people, and you think, oh, is people going to be judging me? And it's not like that at all. It's like everybody is there to support each other.
And we felt like that the very first time. Not that we don't, because we go into every event, whether it's just a meet-up, we're like, oh. But it's just like, right, let's go for it. But the very first one, the two of us were totally honest with people and said, we know how it feels to be here, because we're doing this as well.
It's the
You're
real
not.
life.
It's our first time.
People just see us on social media and think, oh, they've got it together. Yeah, but we've got strategy behind it, and we've got a plan here, and it's also mindset. Yeah. And that is a biggie that we spoke about at the first event, because if your mindset is not right, the business isn't going to do well. So we put
put a lot of
strategies, and we spoke about boundaries and loads of different things.
Yeah, and we just both kind of like deep dived together into like what has worked for our businesses and how we've got to the point that we're now like, okay, let's help other women have a bit of success as well. Not saying that we're like the most successful people in the world or anything, but like we've did well for ourselves.
Yeah,
so
you've got experience.
Like, right, let's use that experience to help other women. And actually the first event, Ashley did this kind of, it made people feel a bit uncomfortable.
Right.
But
so
yeah,
I did like musical theatre and acting performance back in the day, right?
Yeah, so see when you see all the TikToks, it's Ashley, because she's like,
I love it.
So
why did you stop?
Very creative.
Get back in it.
I know.
I love musical theatre. So does Carsy's a performer. I'll tell you about it after.
Oh, interesting. I'd love to get back into it, but so I was like not bothered about public speaking, right? I thought I've got this.
Whereas I was the one that was like,
yeah, I know. What's my name? I can't remember.
I mean, I'll go to weddings, speak to anybody all day.
Yeah,
whoever. But I was like,
in front of a crowd.
And even when we were doing some of the, like our videos and stuff on reels and whatever, Ashley was like the pizzazz, and I was like sweating. There's one, she put outtakes on it, and I like do this to my eyebrows, like
wipe the sweat
wipe
away.
my eyebrows, and it's just sheer stress. I was like so stressed.
Anyway, Megan said her spiel.
I got up and I was totally fine.
Totally fine. I'm like that. She's nailed it. Brilliant. I started talking, and my voice went pure wobbly, didn't it? I thought, what is actually happening right now? I was like, what is this? And I actually had to stop myself. I was like,
oh, no.
And I went, oh my God. I was like, I don't know what's wrong with me. And I literally gave myself a shake. And I went, oh, right. Anyway, and then.
But you were just totally honest about it, and we're like,
aye. So I actually put everybody else at ease a wee bit because they were like, right, okay. But also, this is going to be a bit woo-woo. I'm a bit of an empath, so I don't know if I was like soaking up everybody's like energy.
Right, okay.
So the both of us are quite bad at this. That we like soak up the energy.
Yeah, because after the event, we were planning on going like celebrating a wee bit, having a wee glass of wine.
Yeah, we had big plans, barbecue,
Mm-hmm.
wine.
Yeah.
The kids were just going to play.
Aye, after it we were like
drained,
burst.
Yeah,
like
we
absolutely. I was like, Megan, I'm really sorry. I need to go home, lie down, get my pajamas on, line up.
And I was like, yeah, me too.
I was like, I've had enough of.
We tried to read through like the feedback sheets, and the twos were like,
aye, totally done.
But sorry, I was going to say about the bit that you got up and you were like, so the bits about myself that I love.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, so
that was a good
broke
one.
the ice because everybody was like, oh, whoa.
Yeah,
the bits about yourself that you love.
Yes.
Yeah.
So started off with saying we spoke a wee bit like what we did for our business, and then we went into this is what I'm really good at. I'm really good at making women feel great. I'm really good at bigging women up. I just like saying stuff about
like
yourself,
actually like giving yourself
that you would say to your friends,
gratitude of it,
right? What you actually good at? What do you love about yourself? And at the end of it, I said, I bet you all thought, oh my God, she's got a big head. Like, what's she saying that for? But actually, it was like turning it and flipping it and saying, but that is how you should all be speaking about yourself. Because how you speak about yourself is so important. And it, again, ties in with mindset, doesn't it?
Mindset,
and at the end, we got everybody in the room to go round and say something.
Something
and everybody was like cheering each other on.
And we're all like clapping.
So nice. We were like,
that's so nice.
But it was good. Like everybody went away feeling so good because they had something
like,
that they loved.
The room was just buzzing.
Yeah, the room was buzzing. It was good.
Do you get kind of like feedback from them, like in terms of like being a woman in business? And because I think it is hard being a woman in business. Like bottom line, like you're fighting against a lot of people. Let's go down the men route. Like it's a lot, and like it's hard for women.
Yeah.
Do they come to you with anything like that, or is it something that you've not had to deal with at the moment?
Probably not something that we've like
not crossed
with like other people.
No, but what we have done is we've managed to find women who are self-employed in pretty much every industry at the moment. Like we've got like construction industry, we've got PT, we've got
a baker,
like
beauty,
like and it's just showing you that actually women can do all these things as well. Do you know?
Yeah.
But I've kind of swayed. We've spoke about this before about inviting men in as well, because men are more open to be speaking about right, how you feeling, how is your mental health, that kind of route, and there is stigma around that. Yeah. And that's kind of what we're dealing with and what we're talking about, but it's we don't want to step over that line of
because we've like got quite a safe space.
It's a safe space, so maybe making women feel uncomfortable with having it's,
I think
it's
we
a
would maybe
hard one,
it's a really hard one.
I think
we're
we would
mums
look
of
at
boys.
doing
We're not.
I know. I think that's the thing, we're mums of boys.
Yeah.
So we see the male aspect,
we get
but
the both sides.
I think we would probably do or trial out like wee pop-ups for men.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That's down the line.
Yeah, not yet. It's in the future.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got lots of goals, don't we?
Yeah.
Lots in the horizon.
Very ambitious.
Really?
Yeah.
Can you tell me anything that's coming up? or something that you're planning?
So next workshop is the end of August, and it is going to be based on social media.
Yeah, so we should say
keeps popping up all the time.
Yeah. So we should say that as part of the membership, we do 4 quarterly workshops as such. So that's like our big event. So every quarter there's a bigger event that's like a deep dive into something, or like, so the first event we had different women in different industries talking about
mindset and
business and that sort of thing. This one's all about social media, and then it's very heavily on networking after it. But we've got like ways to get people networking. And we've got this collaboration challenge, which is exciting as well. So like that's like our bigger events, and then the monthly ones are like going to a coffee shop, like just kind of
we've done like cold water therapy, we've done yoga, we've done
vision boarding. We've got a paint and sip night. Like I'm saying smaller things, but
they're still quite large. I know. You're just not really learning at them, I suppose. They're a bit
like the funner ones.
The workshops are educational.
The quarterly ones are like the educational ones, I should say. So August.
So we're doing a social media workshop as well as networking lunch. It's a bit more serious, isn't it? It's a bit more grown up.
But with a wee bit of fun added. So we're going to do this wee collaboration challenge where like everybody's going to get a number, and then we'll go and make numbers sit together, but nobody will know, like we don't know who's get what number. Do you know what I mean? Like it'll just be whatever seat you sit down on, and you have to find a way to collaborate with one another. So it could just be that you commit to sharing each other's posts for a month, or you could find a way that your two businesses can work together, or you can just hold each other accountable for things.
Love so good, idea. Isn't it?
Yeah.
But it's just a wee...
Because being self-employed as well, like you always say, right, I'm going to do this. But
so actually you need somebody behind you to be like...
He's a mentor.
You have your
or just somebody to like be
people.
Like, have you done this?
You show up for other people, but do you always show up for yourself? But that's the person who you should show up with for the most.
That is deep, Ash.
Yeah.
It's true.
So true.
So true.
That'll be good.
Yeah, so we're excited for this one. We've still got tickets available, so
we do.
You know,
nice.
Folk want to come along.
Yeah, please go.
Yeah.
Please go, guys.
Come.
Totally forgot.
Don't know what that
was.
Come on.
And it's up in Carluke.
So it's at
DL Park
in
Motherhood.
Yeah.
Nice.
So beautiful venue as well, and it's just so good because it's another excuse to get content as well.
Yeah.
So you get, like Megan said,
so I'll do your headshots.
Are we focusing on like Christmassy ones this time? Not yet.
Well, possibly. That's a discussion.
Literally, whatever you want out of it.
Yeah, so see if you've got something, like, so say you were coming along and you need a headshot for Christmas, but obviously this is like going to be the last like quarterly before Christmas, so you could, or if you've got a product, I guess, that you need something like, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Then
so
you
like
can bring
Christmas,
that along for your
cakes or like
then you could bring that along and you can
Merry Christmas cake in August.
In August.
Hey, we'll eat it.
But it just means you've got that picture because they're getting a headshot as part of
your membership.
Yeah, so the last time, if this is like their second time, they've already got like a pretty decent headshot, so they might want something
get
that's
something else out of it
for Christmas or whatever.
Yeah. That's awesome.
I know.
Yeah,
I love that you've created this. Like,
it's so good. We love it.
Yeah,
we do
so
love
cool.
it. It's good.
It's a really good idea. And then, because you're moving away from the shop,
yes,
and you've got something else that you're working on, the social business.
Yes. Well, I'm still trying to figure that out. So but I definitely still, like as I've said, want to make people feel good, help where I can.
Yeah.
So that's been a recurring theme through the shop, through the wave. But I definitely would like to go into business coaching. But I am still trying to figure that out myself.
I had a girl on, I believe it was Stacey.
Yeah, she's amazing.
Do you know Stacey?
I know Stacey.
She's great. She was like a whirlwind in here when she got. You were like, Stacey, love it.
Aye, she's fab. I've been on a Zoom call with her a few times. I actually did one of her courses as well.
Did you?
Online courses. Aye,
she's great. You did that.
Aye, she's really good. But yeah, I also do social media for a few businesses as well. Aye, I've got two.
No, I know it sounds like the two of us were like, let's make the wave. Just add on to the business.
But honestly,
that's it.
Summer holidays have been wild. Like, I am winging it. Honestly, so Wednesday can't come quick enough. Seriously, I'm just like,
back to school Wednesday.
I've got all this information in my head. I need to jot it down.
But then there's things like that about the wave. So we were like, right, we're going to do this, we're going to do this, we're going to do this. And then the summer hit us hard because I hit wedding season. So like every other week I'm at a wedding, if not every week. People need to also stop having babies because my studio has been heaving. Yeah. Which I can't complain about, right? But like it's a good problem to have, but we need to slow down. Yeah.
Stop having kids.
But me and Ashley were just like totally honest with the girls that are part of the membership and said, listen, this is busy. We just started this in April. We are finding our feet, and but yeah, everybody's so supportive about it.
So supportive. I know.
I think that's the whole point. Networking, everybody helping each other, like whatever you need. Like,
because honestly, when I first opened the shop, I was like a deer in the headlights. Like, what am I doing? It was something completely new, and I was just thinking, I'm the only person in the world that feels like this. Try to navigate social media, try to navigate sales, try to navigate getting people through the door. And I just having somebody else to speak to that kind of is going through the same thing is just a weight off your shoulders.
Yeah, because when you'll know, like when you're self-employed, but your friends aren't, your family aren't, they've got like their job that
9 to 5.
They've got a contract for and somebody else pays them. Like, your mindset's totally different.
They can just walk away and just forget about job for the rest
and
of the day.
And also they think you're not working half the time. Yeah. That's my bugbear.
Yeah.
Mum,
like,
why are you always on your phone?
Like,
I'm working.
I know, I'm actually
working.
answering these emails. So
I know. Like, I can do that while having the Olympics on shop.
Right. I know. Totally. And it's like sometimes if I'm editing, like I'll be like, oh, if I'm going to the couch to edit this wedding, like, or whatever I'm doing. And then I look as if I'm just chilling there, like shot my sauce or something. Like, but actually,
I actually got that to do it. Yeah, I know. We do it.
Yeah, of course.
But it is hard. Like, I totally get it. Like, because you're kind of, they don't get it, and like they shut off, and like whereas you've got all your ideas, you need to get them all down. You've got everything you want to do, and like the wave together. Like,
and then we find quite good. Like Ashley's quite like, I've this idea, let's do it, and I'm like, right, hold on.
I'm just like, I mean, as you know, I'm doing this, that, and this, and that. I just jump in and I'm like, let's go for it.
Yeah.
And I'm a wee bit more like, right, let's just see what's the not like too bad, but I think we balance each other out.
We
quite
definitely do.
When you're talking about boundaries that you kind of help them, the ladies with, like what kind of boundaries did you suggest them, and like what can you suggest right now to our viewers here?
I'm actually going to, this is going to like go into my like hyping somebody up section. Okay. So Shannon, coached by Shan,
she's so good,
who's great, and she's part of our Wave Collective as well. So she came along to our first one and did a chat, and she spoke about, people have heard this before, but she spoke about filling your cup, and it's like your rocks,
your pebbles,
your rocks,
and your
sand, and like you need to get everything in. So you need to work out what your rocks are, because that's your important bits. Then your pebbles are like, so like your rocks would be like your health, your family, your friends, if that's like the building blocks for you. And then your pebbles are the next bits that are maybe your job, and then the sand's like all the nice bits. I think I've got that right. So Shannon, if I've got that wrong, I'm so sorry.
She's like, no, that's not at all.
But that I think resonated with a lot of women, because they were like, oh right. And it was she actually gave everybody a wee sheet with like
that's cool
to work out,
and
because it's different for everybody as well.
Yeah, so she made people like write down what their rocks were, what their pebbles were, what their sand was, and that was one of the big things, because it actually made you think, well, actually my health is one of my the foundations, because if I take that away, I don't have everything else. So it kind of made everybody realise that actually you need to start setting some,
puts things into perspective. And if you don't put yourself first, then your health's fucked.
Because I always think about that saying about, you could take my car away, you could take my house away, you'd still be there. You can take the money away, you'd still be there. But if you take your health away, you're not there. So
you get nothing.
You don't have anything. Deep.
Deep. The woman that was on before you that you seen leaving, she was talking about how like people have watched this, but for you guys who've not, she was talking about how she had 3 shops at the one time, and it was all go. Wild. COVID hit, loads of personal stuff was going on, and she ended up having a stroke.
Oh my god.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
And it was like, and then from that, she just was lying there, like, getting better, going, what the fuck? Like, it's success isn't all of these things.
100%.
It's my health, and then like going up the road with my 2 wee girls and like watching Bluey with them.
Absolutely.
Not just
happiness.
100 mile an hour. So she's only working 4 days and like still living her best life.
Good.
And that's what it needs to be.
That's what it's about. And I think that's a big thing with being self-employed, is that I could be in the shop or take a wedding every single day, but I'm not going to do that because I'm self-employed and I can suit myself. So it's having boundaries that way, and saying, I'm not going to take 5 weddings a week. But it's also having boundaries with yourself and making promises to yourself that you're actually going to show up and do what you're going to say that you're going to do.
Because you have to do that, otherwise your business isn't there.
Yeah. 100%. I've got some things going on that I want to do with my business, and I've been putting off, and then I'm like, you know what? No, I'm announcing it because then I have to do it. Like, I don't have a choice.
And
like,
that was like maybe the wave, like when it it's very infancy. I was like, right, I'm just going to put this out there because then it has to happen.
Because I've announced it, so it's really like a choice.
But I was speaking to my friend today. She's also called Gemma, and she was like, you know how when your hair really needs wash, but you don't want to wash it. She says she's got really curly hair. She said, when I don't want to wash my hair, I brush it. So I've got no option, because she says like her hair just goes like that. So she's like, I've got no option. I just need to do it. Yeah. So it's like that. Just
brush your hair.
If you take the first, brush your hair, and then the rest will come.
That's that.
God, we're deep tonight.
We're so deep. Like, what the heck? It's so deep. So the Wave Collective, it's all go. We're taking on newbies.
Yep.
As
open to newbies just now.
100%.
So you just sign up and then you become part of the
just can pop us a message on Insta. We'll send you over the link. The link is in our bio.
It's in our bio.
Link in our bio. Sign up.
But yeah, we are going to start kind of like only taking on so many a month. And that, so we'll be like opening doors, closing doors.
Yeah. And then you think so it's like maxed out type thing, so you've not got too many.
Right. We so don't like, this sounds really bad, but we don't want it to be huge. We want to know each individual person. Yeah. Like what they do, who they are, where they come from. We want that personal
I want to see somebody's name
with them.
And I'll be like, oh yeah, she runs that business. That's
because then you can help each other out, and then you know, like, right, this baker, I need to know somebody that needs that type of thing.
Whereas if we've got like 500 members, we don't know. And not that like,
I mean, that would be fabulous.
That's wonderful.
But that's not what
that's
this
not
is.
The goal.
It's being there, supporting other businesses.
It's better than that BNI one. Have you been to that?
No.
The BN.
I've heard about this one.
Just a Glasgow thing?
Could we speak about this last time, maybe?
Maybe we did. Because you need to.
Because you were like, he's a cult.
He's a cult.
And we're like, I don't know. And we actually were like, are we a cult?
I know, but like,
maybe, I'm not sure. No, like, you have to go, and if you don't go, you need to find somebody to go in your place.
Yeah, I remember.
And it's 6:30 in the morning. Sorry.
No, I'm still snoozing at that time.
Like, people keep
I'm probably up,
messages.
but I've got 2-year-olds.
You've got 2. You have an excuse. We get said on LinkedIn, join BN. Do you want to join BNI? And I'm like, no, man. Like, I don't want to go all the way to Gifford at 6:30 in the morning. Then I have to find somebody to sit in my seat when I'm not there.
When you're not there.
Wow.
And to say to somebody, by the way, do you want this seat? But it's at 6:30 in the morning.
Gifford? No.
Especially for us people, that's no chance.
I know. Here, there's this guy that I met at another networking event. The one me and Curtis goes to sometimes, and I met with him, and he goes to one, but he lives up in like Falkirk or something, somewhere wild, and he goes down to Gifford. I'm like, sorry, are you okay?
For 6:30 in the morning?
6:30 in the morning on a Friday.
No, not a chance. On a Friday?
No. And his son is called Subs him, and I'm like, your son must be like you, like,
because no.
What? It's probably like, do you want to go? And I'm like, no thanks, I'm okay.
No, that's definitely not our vibe.
Not our vibe. I mean, come when you want to come. If you can't make it, it's fine.
Well.
Aye.
You do you.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, we're just here to help.
Yeah.
I think that's what a lot of, like, that's kind of like my vibe, and like what your vibes are. Like, a lot of people that I speak to, it's like all about like just helping other women, like helping us all succeed. We're all just grafting at the end of the day.
That's it. And
we're
like,
just trying to make our name
like,
for
we've
ourselves.
got other photographers in, we've got like other people in the wedding industry. Like, there's
quite a lot of PTs,
room for everybody. There's loads of PTs.
And actually, like we said, it's community over competition. We're not here to say no, they're my clients, no, they're your clients, no, because and actually the PTs were a good. That sounded like very like kind of cast over them there, but like they were a good example because every PT that we have in the wave almost specialises in a different area.
Yeah.
So you've got somebody who is good like if you don't have babies and you're like wanting to get fit, you're maybe getting married, that sort of vibe. Not that all of them can obviously do.
I know, but it's like their speciality.
But some of them are getting speciality in like postnatal, prenatal. Then there's like
pelvic floor,
all that sort of thing. So actually they've all started working together to be like, oh, I've got a client who's fallen pregnant, can I send her to you because you know more about this? Whereas there's one that's like really good with like PCOS and all that, so they'll go to her. Like, do you know what I mean? Like they work together.
That's the other thing that's good about it is that if you're a mum and you're trying to run a business, there's like you can be like, oh, last night and couldn't get this done, and it's just you're not by yourself.
You're not by yourself.
But there is also a lot of women that don't understand that yet. But when they do, we'll be there to help them.
Yeah. Or if they're not going to, we're still there to help them.
Absolutely.
Like, it's fine.
That's all.
Because it's not like just for mums. It's open to all.
It's for all women.
We do
all
not
women.
discriminate.
You could just be like a dog mum.
That's me over there. Okay, so we're coming to the end of the podcast. So I'd like you to hype up separately, you can do your own ones, a small business, a charity, or something that deserves the spotlight, and tell me why.
Cool. We had spoke about this previously, didn't we? Because obviously we know a lot.
I know a lot. That's a hard one.
Business owners, but there's a few that I would like to bring up, and the first one is Melanie at Adapt Coaching. I had actually worked with Mel when I was trying to get fit, when I was freaking out before I was 30. Showing my age now. But I was like, I need to get fit, I need to get healthy, I'm nearly 30, and I was just shitting it. But she is just amazing. She's just so understanding and so helpful and so knowledgeable. So she helps you get physically fit, but she really focuses on mental health as well, so she is amazing.
Her socials are really good as well. Like they're quite fun to watch anyway, so
yeah,
even if you're not planning
give her a follow.
Good.
And the other one is by Midwife Emma. She is a fully qualified midwife who's went self-employed and started doing like yoga.
Yeah, it's like made for mum classes, so
hypnobirthing.
Nice.
And she's just a gem, isn't she?
Yeah, a total gem.
She's so nice, and she does like, even if you are a new mum, she does like wee classes, wee meetups, and it's no like going to class and it's for the kids. It's like it's mums for the other mums, and it's just
she's really, really good.
She's great, isn't she?
We love her. Yeah, I'm going to shout out, obviously I've said coached by Shan anyway. She's great. She knows her stuff. She's so good, and she's really good to follow even if you're like just going to the gym just now, but all your like form and all that, she's got really good stuff going on. And she's just launched a new program called Reform, and it's almost like an educational process as well, so it's like a course that you're doing whilst you're doing PT. That sounds really intense, but it's not. She's just she's teaching about like the benefits of sleep, the benefits of this, like it's really, really good. Like she's put a lot of work into it, so I just feel like she deserves a good shout.
She's so nice, Shan. She was there.
Yeah, you met her. Of course.
Lovely.
She's lovely. And our last one is a girl that we've been working with, and she's great. So it's called The Magic of Play. So she's a qualified teacher, and she's come up with like a play-based subscription. So a lot of it doesn't really matter what stage of motherhood you're at, but she's got a subscription with all different ways to play, and
it's like connecting with your child connecting through play.
Yeah. So it's about she's not trying to be like no screens or all that sort of thing, but she's like, if you can take 5 minutes to set up this kind of play area, and it's dead easy things like taking some stuff out the recycling bin. And
it's like things you don't think about.
Yeah.
Like, because I am so bad. Like, I love my children to death, but I am terrible at playing with them. But if somebody says, right, Ashley, sit there and just do that with them for a wee while, great.
Yeah, you've been told.
I mean,
so
I can
like,
play snakes and ladders and stuff, but I've just kind of come up with ideas. Like, I'm not a 8-year-old child. Do you know what I mean?
Because you don't have
she literally does this. Here, this is what you do, and go and do it.
Yeah. So I'm in her membership, and because she does a lot of these board things that like are in for toddlers, and it's like, well, not just toddlers, for kids. I can't even remember what you call those boards. Activity, the trays. Do you know what I'm talking about? It's like I can't think. This is so bad.
I don't know. I'm past that point.
Yeah, you're past it. So it's like an activity tray basically, and it's just so you can get messy and whatever, and you're not messing up your house. But I just thought it was more for like sitting down the paint on, putting the Play-Doh on. But actually, she'll be like, if you get the cars out, put them here, make a tunnel with a leftover toilet roll tube. And just like literally take 5 minutes at night time to set something up. The kids come down, they think, like Mason comes down and thinks it's pure magical that this toy is set out and
came out of nowhere.
Yeah, and it just takes that stress away, and it's like $4.99 a month. It's nothing, which I get is for different people, but she's great. What she's doing is really, really good.
So. Amazing. How old's your kids?
6 and 8. They just play together now. That's why it's the gift of having two.
Yeah. And they're 2 boys, brilliant.
2 boys.
Ideal. Perfect. Well, thank you guys so much for coming on the podcast. It's been a pleasure to talk to you again. I will be tagging and sharing everything and any day that they've spoken about the whole time. And please get in touch with the Wave Collective if you want to sign up, be part of it. I think it sounds really exciting. And please follow, share, do all the subscription stuff, and I'll speak to you all next time. Take care. Bye.